They play Renegade and all you see is strip sacks and picks and going back to Troy Polamalu days. Like, man, it's been evident. I don't think we had that those first 2 weeks. We were kind of lacking in that area, kind of just as a group in a whole. So it was nice to, finally get the culture moving. They say it comes in bunches.
Who's the biggest dog from Wisconsin?
See, you're just trying to stir the pot right now, bro. In the most humble way, like I want to say it's me.
No love to TJ?
I mean, like, no, a lot of love for TJ. He kept the tradition alive at Wisconsin. I did have a better time in Madison than him, but we're not gonna. Thanks, bro. Thanks for stirring the pot, bro. I appreciate it.
Welcome back to Not Just Football. I'm Cam Heyward, Hayden Walsh here, and we got a lot to talk about. We got a win we got to talk about. We got football all across the league. We got college football. We've got Ireland coming up. Hayden, you looking forward to it?
Very excited for Ireland. I like the 9:30 kick. I know not everybody loves it on our side, but I like that you guys are playing at 9:30. The only game on TV. I'm very excited. Are you excited? And have you looked at the weather? I've not looked at the weather. How bad is it going to be?
I think it's going to be a little chilly, but I think it's great football weather. So
Rain?
a little bit of rain maybe, but it comes and goes in Ireland. So that's not surprising to me. I think, whoa, sorry about that. Comes and goes. But I think going to Ireland, you got to get adjusted to the time. I know we have a quick turnaround there, but it's part of the game you play. Lock in. I will say, Mr. Rooney came and talked to us and just shared with a lot of the group about this being ancestral to his family and, the history behind Croke Park. Man, you just want to get that W for him. And for him, the Rooney family, old man Rooney, Dan was one of my favorites. I remember he called me from Ireland. He was already the ambassador there, and he was just calling to talk and congratulating me on being a Steeler when I got drafted. So I have so many great memories of his family and him. I think we got to show off for him this week.
Yeah, it's super cool. It feels like it's a home game for you guys. We went there in what was it, May, and did a show out there. There was a ton of Steeler fans there. Obviously, the history with the Rooneys in there. Really hope you guys get a win. What are you seeing from Minnesota? I mean, that's a good team. Obviously, just beat the Bengals pretty handily, down to their second string quarterback, but he looked pretty good. They got a great offensive coordinator. The defense is really good too. So, what are you seeing from Minnesota?
They know how to scheme with the best of them, and even though we're not playing J.J. McCarthy, he's dealing with injury. Carson Wentz is plenty capable of putting up big numbers as you look to last week. But it all starts with a run game for them. It kind of opens up everything, gets a team playing one-minded, and then you can throw to Justin Jefferson and company. So we're gonna have our hands full on offense. We gotta keep working on this run game. This isn't something that's fixed over 1 week. And we still gave up 100 last week. I know a lot of it came from the QB position, but that's not acceptable. We got to continue to keep building on wins and keep building on having success. I know the turnovers finally were a key factor for us this past week, but going forward, it can't just be turnovers. If we talk about playing better football, if we talk about controlling the line of scrimmage, controlling the time of possession. I think last week they had the Patriots had over a 10-minute drive, and that just can't happen for our defense to be successful. But we were able to get the W last week, and now we go over to Ireland. And I was even thinking about Minnesota. Shoot, they have an Ireland game and then a London game, so they're going to be well equipped next week. But we got to take advantage this week.
Yeah, it's a long time to be in Europe away from everything. And then I would imagine when they come back, the adjustment will be tough. But also, too, a note, Jordan Addison, I believe, is back this week after serving a suspension, and Hawkinson, too. So I know you say stop the run, but, man, that's a really, really dangerous passing attack that you guys got to worry about. I do want to go to this past week, though. You talked about you felt the run game was better. Obviously, the turnovers. What'd you guys do better this week against the run? Was it a Derrick Harmon maybe playing a little bit more, or was it other guys doing some different things? I know Cole Holcomb played a few more snaps this week, too. What do you think you guys did better this week?
I think the run game is still a work in progress. I think, yeah, we might have done well on the running backs, but we have to do better on the quarterback. You can't have those. I think Drake Maye had two rushes of like 14 and 15 yards. You just can't have those. One thing we got to clean up is our third and fourth down.
Bad. It's just bad right now.
Yeah, it was not acceptable. I think you look at our team, and it wasn't like we were in bad situations for the third downs. A lot of times they were 3rd and 6 plus. We got to get off the field. And if you have a fourth down, like we had them in a situation where they were going to have to go for it on it was 4th and 2, but it was on their 20. We got to get off in that situation. It comes down to awareness, tackling, and execution. All things I can say here to you and tell you about them, but we have to take those to heart, and we got to be better. I'm not running away from that, but looking forward to attacking that from here on out.
Yeah, it just seems like every third down, whether it was a big one or a short one, they would get it. And then even on like the fourth downs, it wasn't like a tush push scenario, right? They had one where they pitched it outside. I felt like guys were there and just didn't make the play. That can flip though, right? That's just a weird stat. I think it's like 60% you guys are giving up on third and fourth down, which is just way above the league average. So
I will say this one thing on defense though. Brandon Eccles coming up with some big plays. Had the interception at the end of the half, and then also being responsible for forcing a short gain on the fourth down play that ends up being the deciding play and winning that game. So big props to Brandon Eccles for getting it done. And big shout out for Jabril Peppers, responsible for forced fumble, and you always feel very like intrinsic and very what's the word I'm looking for? Like you want to be responsible for those guys as they come over to your team and they get to play against their old teams and represent them well and make it seem like the grass is greener over here. So big shout out to Pep for getting the dub.
Yeah, it's good to see guys that maybe didn't start week one or weren't even on a team in Pepper's case week one, making plays and doing well. It's funny. You say Brandon Eccles, and I think about Alex Highsmith out. Not that there's an excuse here. You guys have got to be better on defense, but it is interesting how many guys you do have out right now, right? Alex Highsmith's a big guy. Joey Porter Jr. in the secondary is a big guy.
Deshaun Elliott.
Yeah, I mean, Deshaun Elliott's that guy led the team in tackles last year. So it's like, there's a lot of guys you're out. Obviously, there's no excuses there, but I also think fans need to be aware of even that Seattle game. I know it was ugly at times, but it just felt like a ton of injuries. But I think it was a good first step, right? 5 turnovers, and I will say, give the offense credit. You guys lead the league in points off turnovers, which if you guys are giving the ball back, at least they're scoring and they're making enough plays to win the game, right?
Yeah, that's a heck of a stat right there. I also think when our offense is getting down to the red zone, we're becoming more accustomed to touchdowns, which is a great thing. We just got to get to red zone a lot more. So there are things we can work on, but hopefully we're trending in the right direction.
Yeah, I want to give a shout out to Jalen Warren, too. He's had a great first start of the year. Happy to see that guy doing really well, man.
The short king, he's at it again, but he's doing very well.
Also, congratulations to Aaron Rodgers. Did you see that? I'm sure you saw that, right?
Yes.
Passed Brett Favre on touchdown passes all time. I mean, that's a pretty impressive stat, man. It's kind of crazy. The two of the quarterbacks you've played with, 2 of the greatest of all time. And I mean, that's a lot of touchdowns you've played with between Roethlisberger and Rodgers.
Well, I was messing with Aaron after the game. It was actually yesterday, and we were talking. I was just like, congrats, you finally beat Brett. And he was like, it only took 41 years to do that. And so, he made a comment, well, now I can just retire because that's all I cared about. But, it's fun that me and him poke at each other sometimes.
Finally beat Brett. That is man. That's something to say to him. That's interesting. That's interesting. Anything else big from the game that you think fans should know about, either defensively, offensively, or that you saw with the team?
Ooh, it's interesting. We didn't have any field goals in that game. I know we like to rely on Boz, but you kind of get to a point where like, Boz, we need you to sit this out because we need sevens. We need sevens in this game, and we don't need to be giving up, a lot of points but I rather him be kicking off the ball a lot more than just settling for field goals. I know Boz wants to be out there. Oh, and another shout out to Dan Aquale. I thought he played quality reps.
Oh yeah, 96,
DC.
right?
Yes.
He stands out. He does stand out. He does.
Played with great hands. Another guy who was at New England came over here. Great locker room guy. I think he can keep building on what he did. I was talking to Dunbar. He was like, "Shoot, we need to play New England every week because he was fired up." But big props to him.
All right, what do you think of the rookie Harmon? I thought he looked really good. I know he's first game. Obviously, he had the knee injury, but I thought he looked really good.
Yeah, heavy hands, knows how to get off blocks, and he's just going to continue to keep getting better. The one thing I was worried about was his conditioning because being off for that time, kind of puts a stress on your body when you rev that thing back up and get 35 plays plus. But he played very well. We're going to need it. And I think it kind of, levels out the group to have another guy, especially after losing Loudermilk. So, big props to him, but, we got to keep growing.
I know. I think this was his rap. I think he did this anyway, but cool to see how much he runs to the football too. Even with however his knee's feeling, I don't know how it's feeling, but run to the football. One thing I want to know, if he's healthy on that bootleg with Drake Maye, he gets Drake Maye, right? Come on.
It's less about how fast you go. It's more about your angles.
Okay, so he's got to learn the angle then. It was on him.
Yes, got to learn the angles, especially when you have contain. In that instance, you got to keep Drake Maye on your inside hip, your inside shoulder. The second he gets to the outside hip, you're running from behind, and that just comes over time, understanding what a team wants to do, how they get to their boots. And, if you can slow it up by, hitting a guy who's coming over formation on a motion play, it's going to buy you some time. But, it happens. But, that's why you learn in this game.
I actually like to see the rookie didn't fall for the play fake the other way. Yeah. I feel like most guys would have crashed down hard. He was there. He just didn't make the play. He also might be not have realized how fast Drake Maye was. I mean, we talked to Nick Herbig here. He talked about him trying to hawk him down. I think Drake Maye is a little bit of a better athlete than people think too. So, but happy to see the rookie play well. Oh, you agree? So, were you impressed with Maye?
Yeah, we had seen film all week. Drake was definitely capable. If you watch that, the Raiders game and the Miami game they've played the last 2 weeks, that was very apparent. Like there was nothing that said otherwise. So, we knew what we were getting into, but we have to be cognizant of that and make sure we execute to prevent that.
All right, I would be remiss to not give you a little bit of a shout out. You had a very good game. You played very well. Do you think teams are going to stop throwing towards you? Because I will say, you just get the hands up too good. You are very good at the pass deflection thing. Why are you so good at that? And is there a trick to it, or is it just you getting your hands in the air?
We do a lot of practice for it. We talk about turnover culture. We also talk about getting our hands up when, to negate our rush a lot of times. Especially in Pittsburgh, we've had a lot of sacks. And what teams are doing now is trying to get the ball out quicker. And we have to understand the situations where teams want to get the ball out quicker, especially in red zone, in those opportunities or in short yardage opportunities. It's not just he's going to sit back there and you're going to have 3 to 4 seconds. It's more of a quick step and throw. So you got to, be aware, be ready. And, that's part of the game.
Yeah. And on that Stevenson play, I mean, the effort there was impressive. I will say you're jumping over people tapping the ball. I can't believe you got to that football. That was a great play. It really was. And great job by Peyton Wilson to getting on top of it too, because you put it on the ground, you got to pick it up. So yeah, I think you guys have recovered 7 of your 7 fumbles this year too. So weird things happening defensively with you guys. I know it hasn't always been pretty, but I do think the turnovers and the sacks and stuff come in bunches. So hopefully you guys can get it right. Got
to keep having it. Hayden, let's go around the league. You been watching any football?
I watch a lot of football. As you know, I play a ton of fantasy football. So I am aware
do you now? I didn't know that.
There's a ton of quarterbacks out that you care about. There's a ton going on injury-wise. By the way, bad news for our guy Najee Harris. That was
Yes.
terrible to see. I saw people saying they think that playing on the turf could have had something to do with that. Do you think that's possible?
It's not out of the realm of possibility. I think going from turf to grass can play a big part. Will I say it's the ultimate deciding factor? No, but sometimes it just happens that way. Also, James Conner got injured.
Oh man.
These two are some of my favorites, and to watch them get injured, you just feel for them.
Yeah, it's tough to watch, man. That Connor one was really tough. You could tell something was pretty bad initially when it started. Then, I mean, you think about all the quarterbacks too, man. It's just been a weird year injury-wise. Jaden Daniels missed time. Obviously, we know in your division, Joe Burrow's out too. So need everybody to stay healthy. That's the craziest thing I've noticed from the season so far. Anything stand out from you? Did you watch the Ravens-Lions game last night?
I watched a little bit, not much. I was flipping through, getting some treatment, taking care of my body. And I don't like watching other people play that often. It's just I play enough football and I watch enough film where it's like, bro, like I can become desensitized and feel like I'm watching film all over again sometimes. But man, they were trading blows back and forth for a good bit. And then Dan Campbell was his aggressive self like he's been, and it paid off. You live by the sword, you die by the sword, and he can stand on that every single time.
Yeah, just a weird thing for the Ravens too, though. Another game where they led in the second half and couldn't finish it out. Obviously, Derrick Henry has the crazy fumble, but those are two good teams. Now, the reason why I asked if you watched it, because you will play both those teams this year. So I don't know. So you not like to watch the TV version? You just would prefer to watch it on film, huh?
Yeah, I kind of enjoy it just on mute because they could be talking about God knows what, and it couldn't even apply to the game. It's just kind of messes with my focus when I'm watching them.
So are you saying that the announcers don't always know what they're talking about, so therefore it distracts you?
I have nothing against an announcer, but sometimes it's just like it could be something said, or it can be, them spanning the camera on something that doesn't even apply to the game, and you're like, I could give two shits about that. I like, there are a lot more things and when I watch a game, it's like I'm breaking it down in my head.
Do you think you'll watch football when you retire?
Yeah, it will be fun when I retire, but we're not worried about that right now.
You're never going to come back to football. You're just going to leave and just
but in this moment, it's like you're geared for football, and it's hard to like flip off a switch and be like, oh, I'm just going to enjoy good football all the time. And like sometimes it's bad football, and we hype bad football, and we make it seem like it's different, but it's not.
Would you say there's more bad football than good football right now?
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
What you got a percentage on that? Like,
no, there's no percentage, but I think, is it more good on good or execution? And I love watching like good matchups of like a good offensive line, like watching a TJ Watt versus Lane Johnson, and watching the chess match in that, or watching like Peyton and Tom Brady all those years ago, and watching not just offense versus defense, it's offense to hold the ball, control the line of scrimmage, prevent that quarterback from getting another shot. Sometimes it's just, hey, we're going to cut off half of the field, let this guy roll out. Either he's got an option to throw or run. And it's like, this is just like bowing down to college rules. And because sometimes these quarterbacks aren't learning, and, it takes sometimes a guru or someone who's more established to kind of teach them the game, rather than these guys really learning how to be an NFL quarterback. Or, it's not even just like geared to the NFL quarterbacks, it's geared to D-line play. Sometimes D-linemen don't always use their hands, and you're like, what the hell are you doing? Like, that is your way to absorb power. And, how do you get off blocks? Do you rip? Do you do arm over? There are a lot of things that come into play where it's not just, hey, let's run out here and run down the center of them. It's your technique, where are your hands at, where are your eyes at, what are you looking at, are you able to like be aware of a play, like all these things come into play. And sometimes it's just, oh, everybody thinks is, well, you got to stop because someone lucked into making a play.
It's just so funny because it's very clear that most fans don't know what they're watching and have no idea what they're watching. It is, I think honestly, one time we should do a thing where you sit down with fans and watch just some Sunday football and let them talk and just kind of let them show you how dumb they are, because it's just, I think you guys are watching it and it's no disrespect. It's a very complicated game, right?
Well,
But
and then they're not able to explain like responsibility on the play, right?
mhm,
And
yeah,
so we have a blitz. I might not I'm not looking to make a play, but I'm looking to do my job.
mhm,
And I think a lot of times in our culture, it's make plays.
mhm,
Care less about what you do, care less about what this play says. But usually, sometimes it goes to doing your job, and then you fall into plays. The plays happen. And it's just sometimes it's ass backwards because like we think, oh, I got to be on a highlight, I got to be able to do this. Sometimes the plays will come to you,
mhm.
and it's execution. Like Coach Mitch was my D line coach at the time. He used to say, I don't care how many plays you make, if you do your job, we will be a successful defense.
Mm-hmm.
And I think that's just what it all comes down to.
Yeah, it's like you have an assignment, and the assignment
Yes.
isn't always to go make a sack. The
Yes.
assignment sometimes is to take two guys away from somebody else to go make the play,
Yeah.
right? And I think that's I think your big beef with PFF, right? They give these grades and they don't necessarily know what the assignment was or what the play. They don't know everything, so it's kind of hard to grade somebody on how they did it. Interesting though. Yeah, we should sit down though with fans once and just let them tell you why they know the game more than you. It would be funny to watch.
Oh, would love that.
All right. Well, anything you're going to do Sunday in Ireland, what are you going to do this weekend with your guys? Are you going to have any time to do anything this weekend?
Not a lot of time to do anything. Luckily, I got all my fun time out of the way last time in Ireland. Sorry to my teammates, they're not going to get to enjoy it like I did. But no, I think you get to see some cool scenery as you drive through. I think it's more just about getting your bodies back. Maybe we'll do a dinner or two out, but yeah, it should be fun. Really want to get this W. 3-1 going into the bye is way different than 2-2. So I'm locked in on that. And we'll have a good plan to, go up there and have some fun.
Yeah, I'm excited to see you guys play up there. Make sure you get the guys some blood pudding too, though. I want everybody to do a team blood pudding test, some Guinness stew. No Jameson or Guinness before the game, but I think on the ride home, hopefully you guys got the Jameson and Guinness.
I was thinking this would have been cool. After the game, we stay an extra night, just shut down a pub.
I was gonna say, if there's a win, can you guys stay? We got the bye the next week, or come on, let's celebrate it one night.
We don't have to do a pub crawl, but let's just shut down the pub, have a couple pints, split the G a couple times, get some fish and chips, some oysters. Oh man,
split the G. You got to go split the G a few times. Come on, you got to
get some Irish coffee.
Oh yeah.
Well worth it. But fans, have fun out there. There are a lot of things to do. Hayden, what was your favorite thing to do out in Ireland?
It was the Guinness. It was delicious.
The Guinness tour was pretty special.
Jameson tour was great. And I will say this, as somebody who wasn't a fan of Game of Thrones or didn't watch it religiously, we did that Game of Thrones tour, and that was pretty cool. I can't lie. We did the lunch too with it. That was really good. Guinness tour was great though. Jameson tour was great.
Golfing was fun.
Was it where'd we go? Where we went on the hike? Howth. Howth. Beautiful scenery. And I will say we got lucky. The weather was really nice out there. So a great time in Ireland. I wish I was going back. But yeah, Steeler fans, go have fun. That city is made for Pittsburgh. The Pittsburghers. They are going to go have a great time, and hopefully the Steelers bring back a W for you.
And I will say the Irish are very prideful about their country and what they do. You walk into those pubs, there's history behind it. That was really special to see. Going into the museums and them explaining how they got to this point. Going to Croke Park and seeing that there's a standing room only section. So people are going to be on their feet the entire game. And that's going to be fun to watch. So this is a really cool culture to be a part of this upcoming week. And, we need to get a W because it's a home game for the Steelers.
It is. Second international game, right, for you?
Second international. I'm 0-1, trying to go 1-1.
I know. We're not talking about the first one. I just couldn't remember if there was another one in there. But good luck this weekend. We're all rooting for you, and bring back a W.
Appreciate you. And that is our episode of Not Just Football. We have a great guest on the way. He goes by the Hawaiian Punch, Area 51. Nick Herbig is on the way for our interview. We got to talk to him about his interception, his sacks, him just coming on early for us in the season. So have a listen to that. Hayden, do you have anything to say from that episode?
Herb's the best. He's the best. My best friend on the team. Love that guy. And I hope to see more Herb specials this weekend.
What the hell? The best friend on the team, bro?
We're best friends. I think people will see that when we do the interview. There's so much love there. Me and you are brothers, okay? Me and Herb are best friends. We're brothers. Yeah. We're brothers. Me and him are best friends. We went to the Post Malone concert, hung out. That's just what it happens, man. When you go to
I invited both of you.
I know, but but we're brothers. We're brothers. Me and him are best friends. It's just how it is.
Well, do you want to go to your segment, you jerk?
Oh, I'm sorry. You're right. Sorry. Let's do Ask Cam Anything. I forgot we're doing that still. The whole contract thing kind of threw me out. He is contractually obligated, though, people, to do this. We're still saying that. Go to our Instagram, our socials, wherever you find Not Just Football, and ask Cam a question, and he is contractually obligated to answer these questions. So here we go. Besides TJ Watt, Cam, who is your closest friend on the team? And Connor Heyward doesn't count because, like me and you, we're brothers. Can't be your best friend.
Damn, I was going to say Connor Heyward.
It can't happen. We're brothers. We're brothers.
Who else am I close to on the team? Man. Coach T.
That's such a cop-out. What a cop-out. This is the reason you're only saying that because you're the closest to him in age. You're probably closer to him in age than you are like the youngest guy on the team.
No, I'm not.
You guys just connect.
No, I'm not.
Who's the youngest guy on the team?
Caleb
If somebody's
Johnson?
20, Coach T's what, 52?
So I'm like, right. Yeah. So
you're like, it's close. It's close.
Right in the
you
middle.
guys connect
right in the middle.
You connect more with Coach T than you do the youngest guys.
I don't. No, I don't. Coach T had an afro when he was a rookie head coach.
Did he? No, he didn't.
Yes,
it was
he
a
did.
mini fro. It was a mini fro.
No, but we talk about this. Like Coach T in high school was probably listening to like Elvis.
But he's not that old.
He's one of the oldest coaches in the league, bro.
I still don't even think he is he? He's only like 54. He's just been coaching forever.
There's Pete Carroll. There's Andy Reid.
Oh, my God. Pete Carroll is like 20 years older than him. Pete Carroll's in his 70s.
Coach T's getting there.
Nah, man. I think he's still like in the top lower half of age guys.
Nah, my coach getting old.
This one's interesting, too, to me. I've always wondered this. You have kids, obviously. I've always wondered, too, do they know that you're actually pretty good at football, or do they not even like watch or care?
The funniest thing, my daughter, Chloe, she came up that, like, I was putting in the bench. She was like, good job, sack man. And I was like, what? It kind of threw me for a loop because I wasn't expecting her to say that. But, like, she was like, you get sacks. And I was like, yeah, I do. And
okay.
I was like,
I know, Chloe, that she's trolling you on that. She's mocking you.
I know.
She's totally mocking you. I know that child.
It was very cute and like it kind of made my night.
That one, she's mocking you there. She's calling you sack.
She mocks everybody, by the way.
Yeah, I know. That's
me and her have it. We're on a different wavelength. What she says to you and what she says to me are completely different because she is definitely throwing you under the bus, talking about exes or no, she did that to Connor, and I was like, girl, chill out, like,
dude. And I forget how old she is. It doesn't matter. She's the world's largest troll and like does it effortlessly. I say that to you. I'll say it to anybody. She's the world's largest troll. She calls your wife another girl's name. She does everything. She's the world's largest troll. Yeah. She's trolling you, and I love it. Good job, Chloe. All right. Which teammate would you trust least to play in a dinner? And this is the last one we got.
Oh man. Probably goes to our guest today on the show, Nick Herbig. I'm sorry, like Nick,
Why though?
you live a young lifestyle, and I just don't think you're ready for those responsibilities.
Part of me just thinks the guy's from Hawaii. He's just in his own world, man. He's just
But I
doing his
will
own
say,
thing.
his mom threw down for us. Like
He says that.
she threw like dinner down for us. So if planning is just passing it off to your mom, so be it.
I mean, hey, that's what most of us would do anyway, I think. So
He does like spam sushi, matsubi ribs, kalbi ribs, matsubi. It was top notch.
No, you and several other people have told us before that his mom can really throw down. So no, so maybe he isn't then the worst. Just have his mom do everything, and then he'll be good.
Shout out Nick's mom.
Yep. Shout out Nick, and thanks for coming on today, buddy. All right, that's all I have for Ask Him Anything. Once again, if you go to any of our socials, Instagram, Twitter, TikTok, YouTube TV, I don't think we're on there, but still, get your questions for Cam in there, and he is contractually obligated to answer them. Remember that. He will answer anything you ask.
Under those contracts, I would like to mention, though, Hayden can be asked questions as well. So if you have any questions for Hayden, he is contractually obligated to answer.
No, that's not true. The segment is called Ask Him Anything.
And so he has to answer the question.
Segment is Ask Cam Anything. There is no Hayden in there. So contractually, you are obligated. But once again, just get your questions in and Cam will answer them. Thank you.
Can I ask one Hayden question?
Sure.
What do you put in your hair? Why does it look so good? That's a good.
It's a combination of things. It's a wonderful shampoo.
What is that? What is that?
Leave that for. I don't know. I'm not going to say brands. We're not sponsored by them. So anybody wants to get this thick head of lettuce, little shampoo, 2 minutes in the shower, let it sit, rinse, let it sit for another 3 to 5 minutes. Then you throw the conditioner in. Then you go and do some stuff, right? Wash the body, wash the face, let the conditioner soak in there. Thoroughly rinse the conditioner out, right? And then it's a combination of creams and sticks and paste and everything else. And that's how you get, pals. That's how you get this beautiful thick head of lettuce.
You put creams in your hair after?
And pause. Anyway, anything else that gets the hair to stand up, you got it. Thank you for asking, though. No one ever asked about the hair, but I appreciate it.
It's the least I could do. All right. Well, that's been our episode. Have a chance to listen to our interview with Nick. Like and subscribe, and we'll see you next time. Welcome back, guys, to another episode of Not Just Football. Cam Heyward, Hayden Walsh, and today we are joined by Wisconsin's own Hawaii zone.
Yes.
Hawaiian Punch. I like to call you Hawaiian Punch. But Nick Herbig, how you doing, brother?
I'm good, G. Thanks for having me, dog.
Thanks for coming on. Bro, we got to talk about it. We got to talk about your sack. How you feeling, bro? Back on the map.
Oh, I don't think there's a better feeling in the world than getting a sack, man. I'm sure you can relate to that, especially a strip sack, man. That's like, best feeling in the world for sure.
Well, take us through, you're going against Will Campbell, but take us through that sack.
Yeah. Well, I knew that it was first down, and I kind of could tell, it was kind of a passing down. It's a tied game. Uh, and I knew what call we were in, and I know you were getting up the field all day. So I'm like, off the chipper, like I'm just gonna play off Cam here. Like wherever Cam's at, I'm gonna go either underneath or whatnot. So actually, I seen you up the field, so I started to fold back in, but then I kind of felt Drake May like going back out. Because you had peeked inside too, so I'm like, we
Yep.
both peeked in, and then I ran back out, then you ran back out, and I was like, oh shoot. So then I ran back down again, and then you flushed him right to me, G. Thanks, dog.
I didn't flush him. I just missed the damn sack, okay?
Yeah, that was the second one you missed because I gave you a layup on
I was
the
going to
first.
say he gave you one early in the game. The first one you got is because of this guy right here, Cam. It is.
The first one I got? The first sack I got?
Or the one Harmon got, maybe. The one you had a half on, that was Herbig all day. That was
it was.
You.
We talked
great,
about
great communication.
It was. I will say there are times me and Nick don't have the best communication. So the fact that it worked, I am very proud of that. And he likes to talk about those situations where we don't have the communication.
Yeah, well, it's just like very like a one-sided relationship. Like, we'll talk about running a game, and then I won't run the game, and Cam will be like cussing me out, won't talk to me for a week. But then we're a couple weeks later, and he calls a game, he doesn't run it, and I'm like, Cam, he's like, oh my bad, bro, my bad. I'm like, nah, it's fine, bro, don't worry about it.
So you're more forgiving than Cam, is what you're saying.
Yeah, 100%.
I don't get.
What'd you think of the rookie Will Campbell? You had a pretty nice day against him. I think you led the league in pressures. How'd you think he played?
I think he's a good player. I think he has a bright future. He has all the tools, all the tangibles. But man, it's just being a rookie in general. It's just hard. Like we've all been rookies before. Like it's probably what his third start of his career. So he has nothing but good stuff to look forward to. And I'm sure any rookie around the league can relate. Man, that's not an easy job to start as a rookie, especially at tackle.
Mm. Nick, I want to ask you during that game we had. Have you ever been part of that many turnovers in a game?
I don't think since high school, like when we used to dominate every high school in Hawaii. But
Bro, there's not even that many
no,
high schools in Hawaii.
no, we would have dominated you guys. But anyway, no, I haven't been, man. That was a um great day for the team, the defense.
Explain why Mike T had been talking about, our turnover culture and how it played out in this game.
I mean, because I think you just like when you come here to Pittsburgh, like that's like we preach. Mike T preaches that from the very first day. And you just see all the highlights, and they play Renegade, and all you see is strip sacks and picks, and like going back to Troy Polamalu days. Like, man, it's been evident here in Pittsburgh, and I don't think we had that those first 2 weeks. We were kind of lacking in that area, kind of just as a group in a whole. So it was nice to finally get the culture moving. They say it comes in bunches, so.
I dig it. Anything else stand out to you from the game?
Hmm. I know there was a play where I was um chasing Drake May. I think we had a game on the backside and someone didn't get to contain. And I'm thinking like I'm hawking this dude for sure. But like he kind of got out of there and I ended up trying to dive and clip his heel and I
Hmm.
missed. And I went like sliding on the sideline and uh Vrabel comes running down the sideline trying to like help me up. And I'm like I can't like I can't let you help me up. Like I'm a Steeler, bro. Like that's like going against my morals.
Were you surprised at how good of an athlete Drake May was? He was running around pretty good on Sunday.
I don't think surprise, because like Mike T made that a point throughout the week that he was a mobile quarterback and he's good with his feet. Um, and I knew he had good pocket presence, like good pocket awareness, but like once we get out into like the open, like I'm I'm hawking a quarterback 8 times out of 10, unless it's like Lamar or something. But no, that dude was sliding. I damn near hit like 20 miles per hour on my GPS and I still didn't get him.
All right. You bring up
I was gonna say,
athleticism. We got to talk
yeah.
about your pick from last week.
Oh,
Oh, he only. You know why he's doing this, right? You know why he's doing
Why
this
am I doing this?
because you know how you're involved in the play. That's why.
because he batted the pass.
Yeah, because you're
Yes.
involved in the play. But
Thanks.
go ahead.
Thanks,
Hey,
Talk
it's
big
about the
not
bro.
play
just
last
about
week.
me being involved in the play. It's about my guy catching the ball.
Very true. Very true. I have a history of dropping interceptions. Yes. Yeah. I think,
First pick in your career?
yeah, first pick of my career. I didn't even have one in college. Dude, the third play of my career in college, it was my first game starting. It was COVID. We're playing Illinois. Third play, you can ask Nunu too. Third play of my career, this dude's rolling out and I'm dropping to the boundary and he like throws it right to me. Like literally right to me. And I'm like thinking, no way he just threw that. And I dropped it. And ever since then I didn't have a pick. But so that one felt good to get, the one he
Wow.
batted up in the air.
Are you mad at Jack Sawyer for not blocking?
Yeah, I'm mad at Jack Sawyer for not blocking. This dude, man. He's gonna come to the side and tell me, Herb, I could have stole that pick from you. I'm like, dude, what? Like, he's a hater. Just
It
go throw
bounced right in your head. It
go
felt like it
blow.
was going to you.
Told him just go throw a block for your young OG, man. Come on.
What are you boys? You boys excited to get to Ireland this Sunday? What do you think about playing there, Nick?
I'm excited. I've never been out of the country before. I've never used my passport, so that's just a thing in its own, being able like I think it's just cool to see like all the places that football has taken me in my life. Like being where I'm from, a small island in the middle of the ocean, and now I'm traveling the world, and going doing things I've never done, seeing places I've never seen before.
You gonna split the G?
Oh, 100%. I'm the top G. I'm a real G. That's tatted on me.
Nick,
Say what?
I want to like we going to Ireland. Is there anything you need to be prepared for, or we need to be prepared for as we go out there?
I think the flight, like everyone's like, this is a long flight, but uh, I feel like I have some like advice because like I have to fly like 12 hours every time I go home. So,
Mhm.
it's nothing new, but
What's the
for
advice you
sure.
would give?
Uh, Literally like try not to sleep leading up to the flight, and once you get on the flight, try to sleep before the plane takes off.
Mhm.
That's
That's
actually
it.
good
Nothing
advice.
else.
That's good
Yeah,
advice.
that's it. That's what I try to do.
Hey, you
You
want
know,
to be
eat some
asleep the entire plane, Cam?
yeah, eat some candy before the flight, Hayden.
Yeah, I like that. I like that idea. That's a good idea. Get you to sleep, plenty of candy in you, and you're good. And then a long
Yeah,
flight. By the time you wake up, you're ready to go and ready to practice.
yeah. The sugar, something about the sugars in the candy
I
just,
know it is. It's
yeah.
good.
Speaking of
It's good.
sugar, you know, Wisconsin, they're very sweet these days.
Oh my gosh.
You wanna talk about your Badgers right now?
I mean, just I it's it's not Wisconsin football, but I'm still rooting for my guys. Still want them to win every Saturday. Um, it's tough to watch sometimes, but you can just hope for the best. This happens when we get I probably shouldn't say this, but this happens when we get a guy from Ohio State to run the program.
That's not wrong.
Edit that out.
Nope,
No, no,
nope,
no,
no.
no.
That's
We're leaving that in. We're leaving. Well, I don't want to get you in trouble, but I do want to rip Ohio State, so it's kind of a weird thing.
Yeah,
Yeah.
hate Ohio State.
you wish you would have went to Ohio State.
I did. I did. I really do. I wish I did. I wanted to go to Ohio State really bad. I was too small, I guess.
Oh, that brings me to another point. What do you think about everybody that makes about your stature?
I mean, it's obviously people who've never played football before, and they don't
Mm.
understand that, like, at the end of the day, as long as you got your mind and your heart is in it, like, I believe you can accomplish anything. Um, and you see my brother, so like, I've been small my whole life, basically. Like, I've been going against his big ass my whole life, so it ain't nothing new. Like, I use it to my advantage. I dip the edge easier because I'm shorter.
How many
Hey,
times did you and Nate used to wrestle?
Wrestle. It wasn't no wrestling. It was just I'm fighting for my life, dog. I'm yelling, help, help. Ain't nobody coming to help me. That's
So
my
if we had a tag team, you and Nate versus JJ and TJ, who's winning?
oh, us for sure. That's no
what about
hesitation.
what about wait? What if you
I'm
did a
I'm
three-way tag? Hayward's the Connor and Cam versus the Herbigs and the
Oh,
Watts.
oh
he doesn't want that smoke.
no, we want that smoke for sure.
No, you
For
don't.
sure.
No,
Yeah.
you don't.
Yeah.
No.
Like I told many people, you can lift all the weights you like, but that chin doesn't lift weights, dog. Connect on that chin. You
All right,
know?
Conor McGregor.
The chin doesn't lift weights, doggy.
I
All right,
uh
Nick. Go ahead, Aiden.
I want to look ahead this weekend. Both of you, I want to get your opinions. Minnesota's obviously got Carson Wentz playing this week for JJ McCarthy. They have a very good offense. What are you guys going to need to do defensively to beat the Vikings?
Cameron?
All right, well, I'll go ahead. Well, I think it's not just playing their offense; they got a really good defense as well. A lot of respect on that side of the ball. Brian Flores coaching those guys up. Javon Hargrave, rushing. I think he had like 2 sacks the first game. I don't know where he's at right now, but always love watching Watt play. On the offensive side of the ball, Carson Wentz looked very comfortable. Stepping in for JJ McCarthy, who's injured. But I think it comes down to stopping the run. I think Madison has done a really good job of stepping in while Aaron Jones is hurt. Um,
Mason.
oh, Mason. Wow, I said
Mason.
Mason.
Yeah. Madison hasn't been
Um,
there in a couple years.
but I think it's a mixture of you got to stop the run. You got to have two sets of eyes on Justin Jefferson at all times, and then you got to get some sacks because we gotta have some advantageous situations going in this game. What about
Very
you,
well,
Fred?
very well said, Cap. Just I agree with everything you said. Gotta stop the run. Gotta stop the run for sure. Gotta get some sacks. Gotta watch out for number 18. Um, just play still football and keep that turnover culture alive.
Did we see the Herb special on Sunday? Because I know we talked about it in training camp. Did we see it on Sunday?
Yeah, I think there was like one or two Herb specials in there. I'm not gonna tell you which one it was, but yeah, there was
Wow,
one.
not gonna
Okay,
say
so
which.
It's off the camera. Me and Hayden are like best friends, bro. So
Yeah,
it's like
yeah.
it's like when we
Is
chop it up later.
I've heard the Herb special is a TJ Watt move.
No.
It's a mixture of people, Cam. It's a mixture of people.
It's
Who's it a mixture of? Tell us that.
Like Chandler Jones, JJ Watt, uh, Marcus Golden. Yeah, those are three people I kind of like formed the move into, but I don't know. I see some people doing it. I see some people doing it for sure.
All right, last question for me. Who's the biggest dog from Wisconsin?
See, you're just trying to stir the pot right now, bro. You're just trying to
No,
stir
I
the pot.
am.
Because like me, like in the most humble way, like I want to say it's me, but like realistically, like I mean, it has to be JJ Watt, right? Like, it has to be, or Jim Leonard, Jim
I thought you were going
Leonard's
to say
up.
like Jim Sorgi, the quarterback. I thought you were going to say it was the dog.
No, no, Wisconsin is not known for offense. Come on, bro.
But no love
Jim
to
Leonard.
no love to TJ.
I mean, like, uh, you're trying to get me started, bro. You're trying to get me started. No, a lot of love for TJ. He kept the tradition alive at Wisconsin. I did have a better time in Madison than him, but we're not
No,
gonna.
statistically, you were better. Statistically speaking, you were
Statistically,
better.
I was better.
Statistically speaking, you were better. You were.
But I guess he left the program better than he found it, so he got me on that. But yeah. Yeah, bro. Thanks, bro. Thanks for stirring the pot, bro. I appreciate it.
All right, we'll clip this up just for TJ.
Yeah, that's gonna be the first clip out. Just so you know, we're gonna tag
Yeah, I already know. I'm just
All
gonna
right,
get
Herb.
roasted.
Well, we know you got a massage coming up. Hopefully, it's all above board. But we'll talk to you later. Enjoy your massage.
Enjoy your massage, Nick. Have a good one. Yeah,
Thanks, bro. Can't wait to see you, man.
Yeah, I'll see you in a few weeks. I promise.
My
I'll come
dog.
see you. All right.
Okay, my
See you, buddy.
brothers.
See ya.
Okay.